Good morning everybody, hope you're all doing well on this fine Tuesday morning. So body conditioning we're doing today, so it might seem like it's a little bit of a slow start, but I'll explain why we're doing it, and this is a really useful way to train your body and actually get the most out of it to become more effective, okay? So I'll explain that as I go through, and this is part of my biomechanics type routine. So what you're going to need today is a weight plate, a lightweight plate that you can hold up to the front, some dumbbells, doesn't have to be very heavy, and if you can, a resistance band. I keep saying it on a lot of the classes, you know, they're not very expensive, you can get them quite easy, and it just adds a little bit more resistance for some exercises, particularly for when you're at home, that are very useful, and you can also use them for warming up muscles as well. So that's what you need. You'll need a bit of space, a chair as well, which we're going to start off in. So I'm going to start straight away by saving time to put my chair here and drop this down a bit. So we're back on there. Okay, so you can see me in the chair. So you're going to need a chair to start off with. And then we're going to go onto the floor and just follow through with me today. Okay, I'm not going to do loads of demos. You're not going to get really cold. You're not going to need to be warmed up that much. So the principle of the exercise today, as we start off, we're going to go for sort of the pelvis and hips, hip flexors, spine, and the upper shoulder area, or upper back. The principle we're going to do is I'm going to show you some anti-spasm or muscle energy techniques, which are there to try and get rid of these spasms that go on in the body unnoticed sometimes. So this will help and improve your performance. Okay, so I'll explain that as we go through. You're then going to do an exercise which is the antagonist, or the opposite to what we've just done in this stretch, or the muscle energy technique. And then we're going to do the same exercise again. So what I mean is, we're going to start off with a pelvis anti-spasm exercise. That's using the internal hip rotated muscles, okay? So for instance, glutes, piriformis. We're then going to do an adductor exercise, which is the opposite, or antagonist. So it's the one that supports you. So one works, one supports. One is called an agonist, one is called antagonist, okay? So the second exercise we'll do will be the working one. So we do the supporting one and working one each time through. So that's enough technical explanation. We're going to get straight into it. Jill, good morning. Good morning, Caroline, David. So if you've got your chair, after this we're going to be lying down on the floor, and if you've got a resistance band, you'll need that as well. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. So what we're going to do is just sit yourself up nice and upright. So you want your knees and hips to be at 90 degrees there. And I just want you to put your left leg over the right, like this. Just make sure it's nice and relaxed. And then from there, you're going to internally rotate, see that? From the hip. So just rotate in from the hip, like that. And then place your hand there to stop it moving any further forward. And what I want you to do now, because I'm going to start the time, is I want you to put 20% pressure on there for 20 seconds. And I'm counting for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you 20 seconds on this one. So if you think of putting full force of 100%, half that and half it again, roughly that's 20% effort. So it's not much at all. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and just release. Stay in that position. We're going to have a very short break. We're going back into it again. So internally rotate and 20 seconds again from there. Okay, we're going to do 4 on each side. So 4, 20 seconds. Actually, I'll do 2, to be honest. I'll explain why. I'm just going to do 2 to show you. 3, 2, 1. Change legs. Okay, so get yourself in position, internally rotate, put the hand on there, just stop it moving. We're doing 20 seconds. So what this is trying to do now is you can have muscle spasms going on in the deep muscles of the glutes, or the piriformis in this case, or the internal hip rotation, external hip rotation muscles. Okay, relax there. And this will hopefully try and relieve that. So in again, hold it for 20 seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lie down on the floor, okay, in the seated position. And we're going to do some adduction work, stretch, and then lying hip abduction. Okay. Okay, let's try and stop that. Okay, so onto the floor now. Just drop this right down. So you're going to sit on the floor, legs quite wide, okay. You still can't see that, can you? Right down, there we go. Okay, so from there, legs nice and wide apart, and all you're going to do is from the waist, I want you to just lean forward from the waist until you get the stretch, okay, and hold it there into that position. So I'm trying not to lean forward from the upper body, I'm using my hands to help me there, and just to feel it on the inside of the legs, on the adductors there, okay. So we're just going to come out of that again, and then this time stretch down again, a little bit further forward, remembering to just lean from the waist, try not to tilt the body too much. I'm not particularly fantastic at this one. Good. Now we're going to go to lying on the floor with a band if you can. Okay. So that was the adductor muscles. We're now going to use the abductor. So you can see, I'll start the exercise first. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Put the band just above the thighs, above the knees, let's just say. And then just come out and back in again. So lift it up and back. So now you're going to get a really effective use of these external rotators, okay? So you started off doing the muscle energy technique for it. We then did the internal rotations, the adductors. And now you're going to get a really good use of this main working one that we might have been having problems with. So that's the idea of this. So change sides. Exactly the same again. From there, and hopefully you can see it's, it certainly is for me, it's a lot easier to do this movement now because I've done that muscle energy technique, which hopefully has helped with that spasm, and I've used the what we call the supporting or antagonist muscle first before I've gone into properly strength and conditioning and body conditioning on this exercise. Okay, good, well done. Okay, we're going to do that again. So grab your chair. That's better, isn't it? You can see me a little bit better. You don't need the band, obviously. 20 seconds. We're going to do one on each side this time, okay? From there, internally rotate. And 20 seconds work. So remember, you're just doing 20% effort on there. So if you have put in full force, half it and half it again. So it's hardly any pressure. You're literally just stopping that leg from rising up. Okay. And relax, change legs. Internally rotate, remember, from the hip there, rotate and put that 20% effort on. Good. So do another 20% on this side. So this is unusual, I'm not out of breath, I'm able to talk to you properly. Hopefully you're all okay. Don't worry, we'll do a bit more work afterwards. That's it, good. That's 20 seconds, well done. So lying down the floor, or sitting on the floor I should say, okay, legs nice and wide, and we're gonna lean forward from the waist. Off we go. So lean forward from the waist there. You should really feel it on the adductors there on the inside of the legs. What you could do on this is, and I know Jill you've seen this, but you can actually use a ball, a medicine ball or a light Pilates type ball, and you could be squeezing your legs together, or you know, in between the knees, in between the thighs there. So that would have the same effect. Come out of that slightly. Let's go back in again. Remember to lean forward from the waist. I'm going to keep my hands up this time, so it forces me to keep the body up a bit more. And relax. Grab your band, if you've got one. It doesn't matter if you haven't, because you're still going to feel those glutes. Put it above your knees, and off we go again. All the way out, all the way in. So we're starting off, this is just good conditioning for you, okay? These are good exercises to make your body work more effectively, okay? So it's like a bit of rehab in a way, but don't worry, some of the exercises we'll do later. We've been all over conditioning. Do one more, change sides, all over conditioning, and you'll feel like you've had a good exercise after that. So make sure you're nice and comfortable and relaxed there. Look, hand to the front, support your neck, stack the feet and come all the way out and all the way back in again. All the way out and all the way in. That's good. Hayley will be doing a high intensity class tomorrow, so that will catch up from today as well, won't it? No doubt. Let's do a few more repetitions on this side. That's good. I'm not timing it today, guys, because I want to get all the exercise in. There we go. Well done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to stay on the floor. And I'm just going to, I'll keep it this way, it doesn't matter. Okay. And the first, we're going to work on the hip flexors, so around this area here. So what you're going to do is you can just relax back. You can do this seated, but you just want to bring one leg in front of you, but make sure it's nice and relaxed. So don't bring it in too far where it's tense here. Just about there, and let that leg relax. And then you're just going to stop your leg from coming towards you by pushing your hand against your leg like this, okay? For 20 seconds at 20%. Okay? So, stand by, off we go. 20 seconds work. So remember, you should be just a little bit of pressure on there, and you will actually feel it. You can feel it a lot around the hip flexors there as soon as you put a little bit of force on that. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, release there. Down to the other side. Remember, not too far. Let that leg relax. Push in at 20% from now. 20% effort. Whoops. 20%, 20 seconds. It's good. And I can definitely feel that in the hip flexor straight away as soon as I put just a little bit of pressure on the leg there. So 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use the opposite muscle to the hip flexor, which is the hip extensors. Okay, so you can see the way this training works if you're ever doing a routine. So I'm putting a band around my legs again. We're going to do a bridge. Okay, so you're literally going to keep your heels on the floor, tuck the tummy in, and then squeeze the glutes up so you lift your hips off the floor and all the way back down again. Okay, off you go. So this is the opposite one to the hip flexors. So we're not bending the hips now, look, we're extending the hips. Whereas before we were doing that bending bit, weren't we? Okay, and then obviously after this, to get the most out of the exercise, we're going to go back to the hip flexor exercise again, which you may not realise is a hip flexor when you're doing it. Okay, so squeeze the glutes there, always under control. Do 2 more. Last one, and relax. Okay, the last exercise you're going to do, we'll repeat this, hip flexor exercise, is a scissor kick. So you put the arms down the side, okay, and off, and then you just do your flexion. So by bringing that leg obviously past there, as soon as I get to there, I'm using those hip flexors. You can feel it, can't you? Okay, even though it feels more like an ab one, doesn't it? So off we go. So make sure you get them nice and high this time. So I'm not just sort of really working on the abs here. Keep that back pushed into the floor. So you see now I'm able to really make good use of these because I've done the energy technique, anti-spasm exercise first, pushing into the leg. And then we've done the bridges afterwards and relax there. Good. Okay, back into the muscle anti-spasm again then, guys. Okay, so leg there, start with your left leg, off you go. Nice and relaxed, just 20% effort. So if you take anything away from this type of routine, what we're doing is we're doing a muscle energy technique anti-spasm first on the area that we're having some issues with. 3, 2, 1, change over. From there, nice and relaxed, and 20% effort for 20 seconds. Then you're doing what was the opposite muscle to this. So hip flex at the moment, I'm doing my hip extensor. You do the same for whether you're doing quads and hamstrings, whether you're doing lateral side bends, etc. The opposite side principle is exactly the same. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go into the bridge. So if you've got your band, stick that above your knees again. 3, 2, 1, squeeze and down. Squeeze and down, good. Get right up, make sure you get the maximum out of this, all the way up, all the way down. And with the band, it just gives you a little bit more to work on, because you can make sure that there's a tension here, keeping those legs splayed. So as you come up, you just move the legs out, rotate outwards a bit. One more, and relax. Scissor kicks next then. Stand by. Off you go. Again, a little bit higher than we might do for ab work, because I'm aiming to just try and get as much flexion in the hips here as I can. But because we've worked the extensors of the hips, yeah, we're going to get a really good routine out of this, maximise the workout. And relax there. Good. Okay, I'm going to work onto the spine now. Okay, work onto the spine. So you need to have, if you can, some wall space. Okay, try and get some wall space. So leaning next to the wall. Sorry about that, I'm not even working hard. So I'll use the door and show you. Quite a subtle movement. This one, you're going to put your hand onto your hips like this. That gives you the distance from the wall. Okay, you're then going to fall onto the wall like this, but keep the arms in line. Okay, so if I do it here, try and show you from here. So like that, and shoulders are in line. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a very small movement. Can you see that slide in the hips? You can do it with me. Just making sure shoulders level. Okay, ribs fixed here, and I'm just doing some small movements in and out, sliding the ribs, just small movements under the rib cage towards that wall. So I'm just going to do about 8 of those. Change sides, exactly the same again. So get your distance, okay, into the side, make sure you're level, and then small movements, just little movements. And what this is doing is you have your quadratus lumborum, or spine sort of lateral muscle, which helps you when you do your side bends, bending from one side to the other. And sometimes when we're doing that, that's it, well done, you can actually get muscle spasm. So if you can grab whatever weight you've got or without a weight, we're now going to do side bends, because actually, you know, you're just going to do opposite sides. Okay, so we're going to start off with going away from the weight, down from one side. Okay, so doing the same side, away from the weight. 3, I'll put one weight down so it doesn't confuse you. Okay, 4, 5, that's it, try not to rotate the body. 6, 7, so now we're trying to work on our spine and making sure we can move easier from one side to the other. So as I'm bending to my left, which might look like the right there, I'm obviously using the opposite side with this weight. That's my muscle that's helping me. Okay, so other side, 1, 2, so I'm bending down to my right. 3, so it's my left one, it's either working properly or not, which is why we try to do those glides to free up any problems with that muscle group. Okay, we're only going to do this one once, just to give you the idea. I don't want to do too much spine work on that. What we're going to do now is working on the traps, trapezius, upper back. So what we're going to do is an anti-spasm first, and I'll show you, is you're just going to put your I'm sort of leaning my head to the right slightly. I'm putting my right hand over onto the left hand side of the face, and I'm just pushing my face that way into the hand. So I'm just holding my head in place, okay? So we're going to do that for 20 seconds on each side. Okay, off you go. So you can, if you want, obviously do it like that. Push into it like this. I want you to just come from there and hold it in place. So 20% effort on that one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, do the same on the other side. So opposite hand over and 20 seconds from there. Remember, it's just 20% effort. So all you're doing is pushing into the side there, and you should be able to feel it on the opposite sides of the upper shoulder, the traps, as you're putting a little bit of pressure onto this. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay. Right, so the way we work these, I'll have to drop this down, is we now have to do 2 opposite movements. So we need to elevate the shoulders first. Okay, like this. So you come from a normal press-up position, keep the arms straight, and you're just elevating the shoulders. Can you see the movement there? So I'm just going from a normal position and I'm squeezing up, so I'm pushing my arms down and it's lifting my shoulder blades up. Okay, so shoulder blades are coming away from each other, coming wider. Okay, so just keep doing that one. And then what we'll do after this is we're going to do the opposite. And the best way of doing that with an exercise you know is by doing shrugs. So if you've got some dumbbells or weight with you, it'll be easier. Okay, stand up. I'm going to stay in the seated position so you can see me, okay? Doesn't matter on this. So from there, all we're going to do is shrug and down. And I do a slight rotation forward as I do this, coming up towards the knee, hold, and coming up towards the ears and hold. Good. Keep the arms straight, so all the work comes from the elevation of the shoulders. Okay, elevating the shoulders, whereas before we were coming down that way. Okay, you can do that actually just sitting in a chair that other way, just by coming downwards like that. One more, and relax there. Good. Okay, so that's the conditioning part of it. I'm only going to do the exercise there the once. Okay, what we'll do now is we go back to the normal routine. So we're going to do 6 exercises now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to do it for 1 minute, excuse me, on each exercise. But a lot of them will be changing sides, so you get 30 seconds on each side. And if we've got enough time, we'll do it again. So this is going to be 6 minutes, and we'll probably do it twice, okay? If you've got enough time, if not, you can stop. Okay, so first exercise then is going to be a lateral side plank. So we're going to lie down on the floor, and you're going to do pulses on this one. In a minute, you're going to need a chair. Okay, so from here, you can either do it with one leg bent and one straight, and then just coming up off the floor. Okay, using the hips to lift off the floor. That's what we're aiming to do. Okay, hip abduction. Or you can stack both feet and just do a side plank all the way up and then back down. 30 seconds work, and then I'll tell you to change. Happy with that? Good. Okay, stand by then. Get yourself in position. I'm going to move that all the way down so you can see me proper. 3, 2, 1. Off we go then. So raise and down. So you're doing these little pulses. So you get a really good work on the hip abduction and the obviously side muscles, the obliques. Shoulders in line there. Try not to rotate the body. Side. We're going to change over in 10 seconds. To the other side. 5 seconds. 3, change sides, quick as you can. Make sure feet are stacked again. You can bend one leg if you want, just making sure come all the way up as far as you can. Get that hip abduction in. Good. Nice work. Well done. Again, you can bend one leg if you want, as long as you're coming all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Next thing I'm going to do, you're going to need a chair, okay, like so, and you're going to put one leg on like this, and you're going to come down and up, okay. Let's move that back a bit. So this is a Bulgarian split squat. I'm going to change halfway through, so from there you're going to come, make sure you come out enough so you can come down as far as you can and back up. If you want to make it harder, you can rotate over to one side. Okay, stand by, 30 seconds on each side. 3, 2, let's go. Down and up. So you can rotate across if you want, or what I tend to do is I'll use some weights to make it a bit harder, like I am now, wobbling. Down and up. Okay, all the way down as low as you can. Really hard exercise this one. Got 10 seconds to go on this side. It's hard work with the weights. Nice straight back, looking forward, go as low as you can. Change sides. Change legs.
Heart rate 112.
Whoops. See how difficult it is with the dumbbells, eh? It's just getting used to this exercise. Probably better to do it without the weights. Good. Nice work. 10 seconds to go. It's good. 5, 4, 3, and rest. I told you it'd be a little bit harder, didn't I? Well done. Okay, you're now going to do a lying hip abduction. Okay, so grab your bands again if you've got any, or if not, we're going to do is literally leg raise and down. Okay, I'm going to put the band on just to give it a bit more of a workout. 30 seconds on each side. Off we go. 30 seconds work on each side. So for Jill, and if anybody else did Pilates last night with Hayley and are doing this later, you'll feel this because she did lots of hip work as well, didn't she? 10 seconds to go. We'll change sides. Last 4, 3, change sides. Quick round to the other side. So get yourself comfortable again. Lifting that leg up as high as you can. It's good. Again, not rotating the hips, trying to keep that leg straight. Obviously, this is quite hard. You want to make sure that the band is hard enough, but not too hard. Last couple then. Well done. Okay, we're going to do, you need your dumbbells for the next one. Okay, we're going to do bent over row, so we're putting everything into practice that we've been using, and then we're going to go into a shoulder press, okay? Bent over row and shoulder press. So we're doing half and half, okay? Half and half. Bent over row first. Off you go. 30 seconds work. And we're doing shoulder press after this. So what I've done is we've actually been warming up the body. Yeah, warming up that body, preparing it, conditioning it, so that when we're doing these exercises now, I'm just showing you this way. You can obviously put your arms that way if you want. I tend to just row it in. So we're doing all those depressions and elevations, aren't we? Okay, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Into your shoulder press, up and down, making sure, I'll show you while I'm kneeling, that we don't go in front of the face. Keep it in line, bring the shoulder blades back a bit. That's good. Nice work. That's perfect. Coming up to 5 seconds to go. So everything we've been doing, relax there. Okay, next one you're going to do is a Romanian deadlift, followed by a normal deadlift. So Romanian deadlift, remember, keep the back straight, shoulders back, and then normal deadlift, you are bending the knees as your back goes forward. Stand by. So Romanian deadlift, I'm just keeping the weights at the side, so it helps me to keep those shoulders back a bit better. Really extend forward. Good. Once you feel it in the hamstrings and the glutes, squeeze there, back up again. That's good. Just show you a different direction. There we go. So you can see my legs are straight. There's a very, very, very slight bend. Into normal deadlifts now. So we're now bending forward, going down towards the ground. Obviously you don't have to touch the ground, but a nice strong back look, okay? Nice strong back. All the way down, all the way up. Always under control. Good. Bend those knees this time, but keep that back nice and strong. Tense the abs. Good workout. One more. Rest there. Good work. Okay, last exercise, I want you to grab, it can be a dumbbell, like so, at shoulder height, or one of your weight plates. So we've got up to a minute to do this. If you can't hold it in one position, just keep lowering and raising. Okay, and what we're trying not to do is use the body. So it's a weight plate hold. If the weight's too heavy, change it to a lower one. So I'm going to try and go for a minute, but I don't know if I can do it that long, obviously. Here we go. I'll go that side. Okay. Straight out in front of you. If it's too heavy, get a lighter weight because you want it at shoulder height. Yeah. Change the weight if you want to, or just do lower it down and back up again. Do some raises. I'm going to try and do this for a minute, but because it's 10 kilograms, I think it might be a bit of a challenge. Just keep going. If you have to drop it, come down, don't drop it, lower it, under control. Yeah, we're over halfway now. That's it, try and do it, hold it in. So a bit of core work today as well. 18 seconds. Come on, we can do it. 14. If it's too heavy, just grab a lighter weight. Come on, we've got to do this exercise together. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Well done. Nice work. Okay. We're going to quickly go through those last ones. Yeah? 30 seconds each, guys. 30 seconds each. With a very quick 10-second rest, okay? We had a little bit of a workout then, didn't we? Okay, we're going to start off with the lateral side planks, okay? Lateral side planks. Stand by. Off you go, name on the sides. Okay, squeezing up. Up. Down. 15 seconds and we're going to change. You can just hold it there if you want. I'm going to hold it. Change sides. Quick move over. Up and hold. That's it. Hold it for the last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bulgarian split squat. Grab your chair. I'm not going to Okay, from there, and off we go. 15 seconds on each leg. That's it, work it out. Nice work. Good. Go down as low as you feel comfortable. Don't hurt yourself, change legs. Straight into it. It's good. Doing lying down on your side, hip abductions next, with or without your band. 3, 2, 1. Okay, on the floor, lying down. You can put your band on if you want, just round the ankles. Off we go. Lift up and down. Good. Nice. Change sides. Bent over row afterwards. Good. Like that. Bent over row shoulder press. Next. Grab your weight. Off we go then. Squeeze it. Keeping that body in a nice neutral state. Perfect. Or not neutral, but just keep it still. Trying to get it moving. Shoulder presses. Off we go. All the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. Going to do the Romanian deadlift into deadlift next. Good workout.
Great. 23.
Romanian deadlift next. Okay. So from there and down. 3, 2, 1. It's only 15 seconds on each one. So as long as you keep your form nice straight back, straight, pull the shoulders back, straight knees or straight legs. Okay, into a normal deadlift, down, up. Bending the knees this time, nice strong back. Come on, let's get a few more and you can do it. Good work. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Plate hold. Last one. 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds work. Stand by. Okay, I've got it out in front of me. 30 seconds. You can do it. Well done. Last exercise then. I just wanted to make sure you had a good conditioning workout. And we're finishing off with an all-encompassing conditioning workout, so upper, lower body and a bit of core. Okay, just to make sure we were well prepared for that. Looking through the middle hole now, look. 3, 2, 1, ba-ba, and finished. Well done. Good work, good work. Okay, just stand up everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Good things about these sort of workouts is we haven't got to do too much. Okay, just do a little bit of a cool down stretch. Well done, how was that? Okay, so shoulder rotations then, just do a few of those, not much to do today. Okay, because you were well prepared for that exercise. Change arms forwards. Change arms forwards, yep. So we're just doing one arm, changing arms, and it's just forwards only. Good, bring the arm across the body. Just quick stretches here. Put it in and down. Just going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Change arms. Put it in, not on the joint. Squeeze and put it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Floor sweeps, palms up, slight bend the knees, reach, sweep the floor, all the way up, arms out and down. 2 more, down, sweep, all the way up, arms out and down. Last one, really sweep, all the way up and down. Point your foot to your left or right, whatever it is, go down, hold that stretch and back up. Change sides, down, hold the stretch, back up, kneeling into a lunge position, arms to the side, 1, 2, and rotate, 1, 2, and change legs, side to side, 1, 2, and rotate, over your leg, away from your leg, over your leg, and away from your leg. And I missed one exercise out earlier, my mistake, so it's a thoracic rotation. We should do that now. Anything you've got to fix the shoulders so they can't move. If you haven't got anything, don't worry, just rotate with me, one side to the other. Okay, one side. Try and keep those hips forward now. So you're only going to come about 45 degrees, not much more than that. So you push the hips the opposite direction to what we're going. One more each side. Last one. And there we go. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Bit different, wasn't it? I know it wasn't like completely taxing, but you can see that's really going to help you. Okay, all those exercises are going to help you. Okay, and certainly Jill, don't worry, I'll be providing you a list of these very soon again. And for the rest of you, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining us. Caroline, David, anybody else that's doing it later, and Hayley will be on live at 10 for a high intensity class. Enjoy and have a great day. Thank you.